I will now go to the Father in my human appearance. Paradise must see the conqueror in his appearance of man, by means of which he defeated the sin of man. But I will come again. I must confirm in faith those who do not yet believe and are in need to believe, to lead the others to believe. I must fortify the pusillanimous ones who will need so much strength to resist the world. Then I will ascend to heaven, but I will not leave you alone. Mother, can you see that veil? In my annihilation, I still exhaled the power of miracle on your behalf, to give you that comfort. But for you, I will work another miracle. You will have me in the sacrament, as real as when you carried me. Once again, to pause. Jesus is referring to coming back. He's now going to the Father, but he will return, and there are numerous appearances that Jesus makes to various characters in this work of Maria Valtorta. Some of them we will know from the Gospels, the holy women who came to the tomb and who encountered the angel, St. Mary Magdalene. We know that's in the Garden of Gethsemane itself. Sorry, in the Garden of St. Joseph of Arimathea, where Jesus' tomb is. But various other characters. And so it's little point in me recounting those appearances, because these people will not mean any more to you than any stranger in the street. But if you do have the good fortune and the wisdom to read this work of Maria Valtorta's, you'll be happy to see how Jesus does not forget all these individuals and consoles them with an appearance. Some for shorter or longer times, some in different ways, which is another interesting point. But if I go down this rabbit hole, we'll never end this video, and I'll never come to the end of this part of the book that I'm reading. But just to clarify something, Jesus says there, I will not leave you alone, Mother. Can you see that veil? And then he says, I'll give you the sacrament. Well, we know the sacrament as Catholics is the Holy Eucharist. Jesus is Christ's body, blood, soul and divinity. But it looks like Mary will have him in a special way, as real as when you carried me. Of course, we have him as real as when she carried him, but he may mean more vividly because it's his mother. But that's just my speculation. Merely having the Blessed Sacrament as we Catholics receive it at Mass would be sufficient for Jesus' statement that she will have him as real as when she carried him to be valid. But it may be that because she's the Blessed Virgin, because she is so favoured by God, she will sense his presence more than we can. Because we are shrouded in many ways in what we shroud our souls through our sins, and we make ourselves insensitive to the Blessed Sacrament and what it really is. And obviously our saints do experience it much more vividly than we as ordinary plodding along Catholics do. But it's the other point that I also wanted to mention. He says, Mother, can you see that veil? Well, you'll know if you've listened to my other video about Holy Saturday, what it means. But that veil is Jesus, who, as he says, I still exhaled the power of miracle on your behalf in my annihilation to give you that comfort. That veil is the Veronica. The veil which Nike, who is, we know by tradition as Veronica, she goes up to Jesus while he's on the way of the cross, while he's carrying the cross, and she puts the cloth against his face. Isn't a matter of wiping his face, because that could cause him pain, because the crown of thorns is around his and the top of his head, and he's got bruises and wounds. And it wouldn't be a matter of wiping his face, but dabbing it so that it can take away the sweat and the dirt and the blood, to give him some way to see where he's going and some relief. And that's where Jesus miraculously imprinted his image. And that was brought to the Blessed Virgin for her comfort and that terrible period after the crucifixion and before what we're reading now, his resurrection appearance to her.